Greetings everyone, welcome to my review of Mega Man Issue 5. Our blue robotic hero has just gone through the events of the first game, and has succeeded in not only recovering Light's robot masters, but bringing Dr. Wily to justice. There's still the matter of all the damage the robot masters caused during the event, which brings us to today's issue. It begins with Mega Man and the Robot Masters cleaning up the mess from the attack. Guts Man decides to make a game out of it. Mega Man and Bomb Man destroy the debris, and everyone is having a good time. Almost everyone. Roll wants them to take this cleanup operation seriously. Mega Man spins this as, oh, we're just making the bigger rubble a much more manageable size. Dr. Light optimistically informs the press that not only is his company cleaning up the mess for free, he wants to show the public the real purpose of the Robot Masters. The arrival of these two federal agents changes the mood. Agent Gilbert D. Stern, who looks like Detective Gumshoe's dad, starts grilling Light on the coincidences that have been going on while his partner Rosalind Krantz, get it, shoos away the press. She also keeps Light and Stern from getting into a heated argument. Krantz asks Light about his inventory. While models 003 through 008 have been recovered, models 00A and 00B are unaccounted for. Light explains those two units were still in the experimental stages and were left in Dr. Wily's care. Speaking of, we see Wily in prison where he spots a blader that has slipped past the guards. He tells it that he'll be moved at 2 p.m. and that a diversion is needed. Back to Light and the agents. It's here that Dr. Light and Mega Man will join the escort convoy that's transporting Wily to a federal facility. Stern believes Light should be locked up with Wily. Light's attempt to defend his peaceful intentions blow up in his face. Seems Mega Man and the Robot Master's antics are too much for Roll, and she goes to tell Dr. Light about it. To be fair, she has a child's personality. Light has Roll shop for groceries while he and Mega Man join the police escort. Yeah, Stern, we get it. You don't trust these two. En route to the prison, Dr. Light explains to Mega Man about human rules and that if you break the big ones, you're sent to jail. He goes on to explain that humans cannot be reprogrammed like a robot, but some can be rehabilitated. This brings up the topic of free will and how it benefits humans. Unfortunately, Mega Man and the other Robot Masters do not have free will. They may have human-like emotions and decision-making skills, but they are still bound by their coding. Dr. Light hopes to one day capture the X Factor and create a true free-willed robot. Notice the way the panel focuses on Light's window reflection when he says it. They arrive at the prison and Light pleads with Wily to cooperate, but Wily's too prideful for that. During transport, the convoy is attacked by a Sniper Joe, and yeesh, I think we might have some casualties. Mega Man engages the Sniper Joe and suddenly things go light purple. This robot is responsible for it. You may recognize it as one of the robots from the end of issue 4. While everything is slowed to a crawl, he casually strolls over, breaks Wily out of the wagon, and walks away. Back in normal time, Mega Man defeats the Sniper Joe. Agent Krantz is impressed, but Agent Stern sees that Wily's gone. Of course, he blames Dr. Light and Mega Man for this whole mess. Meanwhile, Roll returns home to find oil on the door handle, and we soon see the culprit, the other robot from the end of issue 4, who's arrived to take her prisoner. Let's start by talking about the two new Robot Masters here. If you don't know by now, these are Time Man and Oil Man, first introduced in the game Mega Man Powered Up, a PSP remake of the first game. They were created to bring the Robot Master count up to 8 like all other Mega Man games. They're given the designation DLN00A and 00B. They are experimental after all, and it's to preserve the series Robot Master numerical designation. Time Man's power is Time Slow, which does exactly what it says as noted by these panels. He also uses it to fire clock hand projectiles. Makes sense because Dr. Light created him for time travel experiments. Oil Man's power is Oil Slider. We don't see it here, but the technique involves shooting oil on the ground and sliding along it. Dr. Light's intention for Oil Man is that of a maintenance robot, able to produce a special type of oil that can work on any machinery. I should probably talk about the design. While Time Man's look remains unchanged, Oil Man has had his mouth region altered. See, his original design had some unfortunate implications. Luckily, he has a scarf, so they just used it to cover his mouth. This not only solved the problem, but upped his cool factor a bit. This issue's main focus is the aftermath of the first game's events. I do like how there are consequences for these actions, and not everyone thinks highly of Light given what happened. Plus, this series has to start explaining how Wily escaped prison so that he would eventually set up the events of Mega Man 2. The art for this arc is done by Chad Thomas. It's fine, but some might be put off when compared to Spaz's work. Matt Herm's coloring helps the art in this case. Final score for this issue is 7. It's a nice start to this original story, and it introduces some original characters. Plus, it gives longtime Mega Man fans something to smile at every now and then. So, Wily's escaped, and the blame's put on Dr. Light and Mega Man. Not to mention, Roll's now a hostage. We'll see how things play out in issue 6. I both hate and love this arc's title. While it's very punny, it makes me want to listen to some Steve Miller Band.